In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Scoot Henderson and 5 reasons why he is going to be an amazing basketball player, but also why he's going to be an NBA superstar in just a few short years. Let's get down and let's check him out. Okay, so in this first clip, we really want to break down what his floor spacing is like in the fast break, and of course, what we see here is something that is absolutely amazing. So of course, as we know, Scoot Henderson is playing in the NBA G League. He is a grade 11 student, and he is playing professional. He is literally the youngest professional basketball player in the United States ever. And check out his floor spacing right here. So when they are coming down on this fast break, well, guess what? It's not technically a fast break. There was literally 4 players in front of 2, and he was still able to find the open spot of the floor, and his teammate was able to find him with a very beautiful pass through the legs of another player for a massive slam dunk. And of course, remember, floor spacing is extremely important in the fast break. He's also extremely good at using screens. Here he's using a very solid screen, and because his main defender is going over top of the screen following him, well, what Scoot Henderson does is he cuts in extremely quickly. He gets that angle, gets his shoulder basically in front of the chest of his defender, and then he's able to cut in. Now, what he notices at this point is he's looking at that hedging defender. What do I do? Do I attack him, or do I kick out for a pass to my center, or do I pull up for a jumper? Well, guess what? If you're coming off of a screen and the hedge man is on his heels, he's backing up essentially, you need to pull for that shot, because now your main defender is going to be running past you, as we see here, and you're going to be able to pull up for a mid-range jumper. Remember, even though this was technically considered a bad shot back 4 years ago, this is now a very useful shot because you can get a higher percentage from here, and we have to remember that is where most of the playoff points in the NBA come from. Scoot Henderson's also a very patient player. Here he again is coming off of the screen, cutting in quick because his defender is going over top, and then when he does cut in, he's very patient. He plants that foot like if he's about to go up for a shot. He rises up like if he's about to take a shot, and then that's a fantastic fake. How he did it, we'll zoom in. He gets up on his toes. Yes, you can actually do that. You can fake a shot by going on your toes. That's something that they used to do way back in the day, and he's able to get his shot up, and he makes his shot as well. Something that a lot of players don't do, because technically speaking, many coaches will say it's a bad and risky move. However, if you have a player who is one pass away and he's driving towards the basket, you don't want to cut him off and take the charge, because that leaves your man wide open. But what you want to do, or what you could do if you're quick enough laterally, is just to reach in. Try to get your hand in there to pop that basketball loose. You can do this because now if he passes out, you're still within a closeout distance to your main player. If you were to take a charge, you would be in no way close to being able to contest a shot. So by being able to just poke that hand in there to get that strip, you should be able to poke it loose and of course go in for the dunk. And we can see a lot of really good defense, but even some amazing offense as well. Here, check this out. Coming down again on a fast break, he could have technically sent up a lob to probably one of the most underrated players on the G League team, in my opinion, because not many people talk about him. But instead, what's he do? Well, he has a player whose momentum is taking him towards that left side. He does a quick in and out jab with the right foot, left hand. That gets that defender onto his heels. And because of that in and out jab, that gather step left foot, he brings that ball close to his chest, makes it extremely hard to steal, then takes his 2 steps past that defender and of course slams it down. Anytime that you have a player who is trying to cut you off, do a quick cross or a quick jab in the direction that he came from, and that will get him onto his heels. and that will allow you to get past him much easier because his momentum is no longer with him. Being able to play off ball too is extremely important. Here, he's got a player who's in deny, and he wants to get to the rim. Well, guess what? If a player is in deny, you can fake, like if you're about to go in that direction, maybe for a dribble handoff or whatever it may be, and then cut back door, and that will allow you to have basically an open lane to the basket. Now, he did miss here originally, however, he was able to clean it up, which again, always want to follow your shots, but you're close enough in this case to be able to do that anyways. Again, going back to the defensive side of the game, Scoot Henderson is able to play defense at a very high level too. He's able to predict passes. Of course, this was a very good predictable pass because he could see him directly there. He could see that this player is looking over to the corner where there is no defender. Of course, he's going to be able to pick that off, but being able to predict things like that is, again, something that is very important to Scoot Henderson's game. So this is another way that you can use a screen as well. So if a player tries to jam you and stop you from using the screen, that's what we see here. What you need to do is to either dribble back quickly and take the shot or drive towards the rim. So here, if we go back a little bit farther, we can see that Scoot Henderson's about to use this player right here as a screen, and that would be a fantastic play because then you're going against the baseline. This guy will go probably to the high post. If this guy comes over to play help, you can do a hammer pass out. There's so many different options here, but his main defender doesn't want him to do that. He cuts off the use of that screen, and if that happens, don't stop and say, oh my god, what do I need to do? If a player tries to cut off your ability to use that screen, you need to now go against him and attack the basket. And if your center is smart enough to pivot to then screen for him anyways, which is what we see here, by the way, he's a very smart player, Scoot Henderson's able to then attack the rim, collapse two defenders. He could go up for the dunk if these guys aren't very good defenders, or he could kick out for multiple different options. He could kick out over here. There's so many different options here. However, he's able to get to the rim and finish with a dunk because, of course, what else would a grade 11 player do who is extremely high-skilled, high-level player who has ridiculous athleticism? You go up for the dunk and you posterize two players. Now this is how you can put a player in jail without having a screen. So you can pull your player back just a bit farther, and then as soon as he gives you an angle to take, you could take that angle, and if you've got a fast enough first step, you can get your one step in front, and then you can cut him off. You can get now in front of him. There's nothing he can do now. Sorry, Kuminga, but you messed up. However, because he was able to cut him off, he now has an open lane to the basket in multiple different directions. And what he does is something that's very, very smart. He waits to see what his center does, to use him as a screen to see what his center's defender does, and then he's able to essentially collapse the defense and kick it out for a wide open three-point shot. This is another reason why he's very good, is because he's able to attack the basket, put players in jail without using a screen, and the ability to pass and find open players. Scoot Henderson is going to be a really good player in the 2023 NBA draft. See, he can't go to the draft this year even though he's playing pro because he's still a young player. I think he's grade 11, grade 12 right now, and he is the youngest professional player ever. So because he's a grade 11 player this year, he can't go into the NBA draft. Next year is a grade 12 player. He's going to be able to get his certificate. He'll be able to get it unless he's a grade 12 this year and he has to take an extra year out of school. I can't remember how the rule actually goes. I'm pretty sure he is a grade 11 player this year. However, either way, he is a fantastic player, and I think that he has a very, very, very bright future. If you are a young player watching this video right now, definitely use some of these tactics in your game and really work on your game. Look at what some of the top players at your age or close to your age are doing and try to become even better than them. I hope that you've enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.